Hey guys, this is going to be a really late night stream on my Barbarian Shaman. Level wise, still got a long ways to go in level 19. I was doing some researching about where to fight. It seems that this zone is still the best. So I'm going to stay here for a little longer. I know I've been here for a while, but I haven't leveled enough to get out of it. So fighting these undead reavers here, I just don't like fighting them right where I'm sitting. He hit me for 13 damage. Okay, I must have got close to him. Yeah, we got the new affliction spell, of course. You saw that on the last video. It lasts a very long time. My mana wasn't great because I buffed myself right before I fought this thing. And it's dark, so I hope the video shows up bright enough. But let's get ready to recast Tainted Breath. And ever since I got level 19, these things are becoming very good to fight for me. I'm going to run in a different area, still fighting these same things, but I'm going to go further down the river side just to check and see what's on the other end. I've been over there before, but it's been so many years that I almost forgot what's over there. I remember there was like a ranger or a druid guy. It's vague recollections, so for me it'd be fun just to go check it out one more time. I looked up the level ranges for Everfrost Peaks. We're too weak for mammoths. Mammoth cats are too weak to fight. I mean, there's still ice bone skeletons, but I don't see enough of them out there to make a trip out there worth it. And I don't feel like, since it's such a late night stream, I don't feel like running around too much. I just want to like root them, rot them, collect my XP and loot. So let's check game time. It's 2 a.m. Yeah, I should have redotted this guy a long time ago. But dodge is 33, offense is 94, skills are still going up. But geez, without the dots, I can't do any DPS on these guys. Like terrible. Rawhide belt, okay. These are the vendors, I think. Yeah. I should be careful because I don't have a lot of hit points. I don't have enough spell gems to put my healing spell and my inner fire on, so I'm just going to keep inner fire up here. I usually don't melee as much as I did in that last battle. Not if I can help it anyways. So here's that big hill, you know, the one with the reavers, the undead reavers and the null reavers. Sometimes you see a big griffin flying around. Lots of spirit stalkers, gorge hounds, things like that. But they're all blue. Oh, yeah, like these guys. I don't fight those simply because the loot sucks. So whenever I first played EverQuest, it was all about the XP, you know, gang levels. Now I realize it's not great to level without good gear, so you got to balance out fighting for XP versus fighting for loot. And if you can get loot to improve upon your gear, you're going to have an easier time. So you can progress through levels, or you can progress through gear. In late game, it's mostly about gear, I think. Unless you twink. But twinking your character is the way to go, I think. Okay, so I'm going to come around on this side over here. You know, run along the water. This area reminds me of a zone in World of Warcraft Classic. Hillsbrad something. And they have that merc guys here, the guys that make the funny noises. All the shipwrecks along the water. This area always reminds me of Hillsbrad. I think it's called Hillsbrad. My brother and I, we fired up Classic World of Warcraft for like a month during my summer break of school. Had a lot of fun, but I didn't play very long. Okay, so there's this thing called Fang out here. What is Fang? Like there's no reason to ever come out here. I never see players, but I thought, like, what was out here again? Guard is amiable. Fang is apprehensive. Attell is apprehensive. I can't target the other one. Okay, so this is a cool looking area, but what is the purpose of this area? It's like they spent time making it, but I don't know any reason to come out here. Fisherwoman. Like, I don't know of any quests. I feel like they were gonna put quests in this area and they just ran out of time and moved on or something. But this is like a fishing village, and it's got barbarians and elements of druids and rangers. Silver Mist Wolves. So yeah, I need to quit running around. I should fight that guy, actually. So on the other side of that hill is like the area where everybody goes. So let's get some mana, and I'll see you back when I'm ready to fight again. So I decided I'll fight this Spirit Stalker. Let's start an Affliction. Taint Breath. Oh, he got on me quick. Yeah, I should probably turn down the volume just a tad bit. Well, that's good. Man, this guy's hitting hard. I wish I could hit that much damage. 34. So I think I should have enough to get Tainted Breath off one more time. And then Root. And he's getting a lot of hit points from me. So let's just go ahead and start this. Damn spider. Scared the crap out of me. Shoot, I can't even see him. Where's he at? Root's off. There he is on the other side of that stupid spider. Damn. Well, that was a little unexpected. Lesson learned. Get more mana before I start a fight. So, the only dot he's got on him is Affliction. Oh, thank goodness he's running. Tell you what, I'm just gonna sit. Let Affliction take him down a little bit. And then, enough mana to recast Tainted Breath. Nah, to hell with it. Save the mana in melee. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, there's a Dark Stalker and a Spirit Stalker. I didn't realize that. I thought they were both the same. I wonder if I fought the stronger one, because this one kind of kicked my butt. I'm gonna have to like look it up. So a Dark Stalker versus a Spirit Stalker. And I don't like fighting over here. It looks cool, but I don't see a safe place to med. So unfortunately, it's back to the old spot. The same old, same old. It's not just about what's a great spot to get like mobs, but it's also where's a great spot that I can med up and chill without having to watch my screen so often. So running back to the water side, and I'm going to pull up the info page. So we're going to have to type in a dark stalker. Stalker. I wonder if I spelled it right. Yeah. So a dark stalker is a warrior class, level 15 to 17. So that could have been a level 17 guy, which would just be 2 levels below me. And they say they do a max damage of 35. I think I saw him do 34 damage against me. So the other one is a Spirit Stalker. It's Spirit Stalker. No, not that thing. Give me a second. Where's the Spirit Stalker? I'm looking down the list. I should do Control F. Spirit Stalker. Yeah. So a Spirit Stalker, he's Karana. It doesn't even have a level range listed under it. It's like the info is blank. So I honestly can't tell you which one's more difficult, a Spirit Stalker versus a Dark Stalker. Maybe they're the same. All it says is it has 350 hit points. Damage per hit's 1 to 22, and that's a lot less. So it says exact level unknown, but blue to a level 16. So I thought I was fighting something the equivalent of a Spirit Stalker, but a Dark Stalker is higher level. So if I'm going to fight the Spirit Stalker, I'm okay with low mana. If I'm going to fight a Dark Stalker, I better have about 60% mana just to make it easier on myself. Because if he would have had a resist on that last battle, I would have been running and kiting around like a fool. So I'll see you in a second. I'm just going to met up here. We'll fight some more Reavers. So check it out. The Null Reaver is green to me. This one's blue. So I'm going to go for the blue one. Full stop, tainted breath. Yeah, some guy says I could use the Alt button and then just hit the number, like Alt 4 to get the 4th spell gem. I'll try it out. Shoot. Hey mate, you killing around here? I mean, I am, but you can come here too. Let me sit for a second. So let me try Alt, and then you just hit a button. Cool. Okay, so yeah, dude, check it out. The Null Reaver is like down at 60% already. Freaking easy. So if he wants to share, there probably won't be enough around. I'll just give up the spot and I'll go down to High Pass. We'll go fight some Nulls in High Pass. If the Nulls are too easy. Okay, let me see what he's saying. I just got here, level 18. Was going to ask what you recommend killing. finish this off so I can type. Shoot. All right. Safe pulling spot. Yeah, I'd recommend it. Loot's not amazing. Okay, so I definitely did meta. I didn't mean to close that window. Soxy can't minimize windows, but maybe he'll type back. So I'm gonna met up here and talk to this guy, help him out if he wants to figure out what to fight, and then when I'm ready, if he wants to fight here, I'll give it up and I'll go down to high pass hold and fight Knowles. If someone's fighting Knowles, I'll go fight Orcs. If someone's fighting Orcs, I'll just go. I'll go to sleep or something. All right, I'm just gonna go for this Green Reaver. How easy are Green Reavers? My problem is that there's so much downtime in between fighting, so like it takes forever to level. I'll kill a blue, and then just the fight alone will take about 2.5, 3 minutes, and then you're looking at about another 3, 4, 5 minutes of medding up. What's with these wolves getting near me? I don't like it. I wonder if they'll attack me. Let's just find out for future references. If I get right there, will that damn thing attack me? Just chasing good, quick XP at the moment. Vegemite. King's Orb. That's my opinion anyways. Vegemite. So I tried eating Vegemite, I think. I was in England for 2 years. I lived in North Yorkshire, right next to a town called Harrogate. And I was stationed at RAF Menwith Hill. As an Army guy stationed at an Air Force base, all I can say is nice, comfy living. I stayed on the dorms, and then when they were trying to kick us out of the dorms because a lot of lower enlisted guys were coming in, they're like, okay, if you're E4 and above, try to move off base. And so I was looking for a place off base, and they gave us a huge amount of money to like rent off base. It was a ridiculous amount, more than you needed. But then as I was looking for a place to move to, I decided, you know what, I'm just not going to re-enlist. I'm just going to get out. So let me just crash in the barracks till I leave. And that's what I did. And I got out. I was going to get a room with my, I was going to use my brother as a roommate. I was in my late 20s. And I was starting school again. And the Army gives you something called a BAH, called a basic allowance housing. You think it should be BHA, but it's BAH, Basic Allowance Housing or something. So it was around like $1,600 a month housing allowance, as long as you were in a program in school and going full time, which was easy. So to me, I was treating schools like a job because they were paying me. So they were covering my rent. And of course, tuition was free, or they paid for tuition for me because I had the GI Bill. But I ended up moving back in with my parents, my mom actually. During that time, something didn't work out with my brother. And I just saved up my money and I was going to school. And I started studying science. Damn, I want this Gorch Hound. That's pretty good. Yeah, I see what he's saying. Gorch Hounds are good to fight. So I started out going to school, originally wanting to go into pharmacy school. My GPA wasn't really good at all. And I took some classes when I was 18, and unfortunately, I need a med first. And unfortunately, if you do bad when you're 18, those college credit GPA, it just carries over, and it's like you can never pull out of like a low GPA. So I'll tell you what happened. I signed up for 5 classes. That's full time. And I just had a lot of anxiety when I was younger. You know, there's a lot going on in my life, and I just never showed up to school. I didn't know how anything worked because I was the first in my family to go to college. And I just assumed they would, you know, if I never showed up, they would just drop me from the course or whatever. That doesn't happen. You get Fs. So I got 5 Fs. And I never went, I never withdrew from school. 5 Fs, and then I was in academic suspension for a whole semester. I couldn't re-enroll, like I wasn't allowed to enroll into school. So then I went and got a job. I was installing cable at some point. I was delivering pizzas at another point. And then I decided to join the Army. When I got the Army, I decided to go back to school. So this is many years later. So with the low GPA, I was thinking, possibly I can get into pharmacy school if I work my butt off. And I never tried in school before, so I tried real hard. And I got, as a full-time student, I got all A's. So I had a perfect GPA for that first semester back, and it wasn't that hard. And then, I started taking my calculus, my organic chemistry, my microbiology, and all the labs associated with that, biochem 1 and 2, physics, and all those courses. And they were difficult, but then I pulled all A's in those too. And I was like, okay, don't do that. I realized my GPA is never going to be like perfect. You can never recover from those 5 Fs. But then Texas has something called, he's rooted. Texas has something called academic fresh start. After 10 years, you can enact it, and any classes 10 years old don't get counted towards your GPA, but you can't count those credit towards a degree plan. So I ended up paying for some classes out of pocket because my GI Bill wouldn't cover them. Let's get this thing off real quick. Of course you interrupted me. So anyways, I did academic fresh start. And then only Texas schools would recognize the academic fresh start. So then I switched to pre-med. Man, my life is low. I'm watching it. And try to reroute them. There we go. So I finished my degree. I almost got nothing but pure A's, And then I took my MCAT, which is like your admission test for medical school. I scored high enough to be competitive, and then I applied for medical school in Texas, and I got in first try. lucky, kind of. Tainted Breath wore off. Let's reapply it. It's too close to conserve mana. He shouldn't even chase me at this point. He should just run away when he root breaks. Oh, Affliction wore off, huh? It's okay. Just to be safe, let's heal myself again. You never know if this thing goes... Oh, he's trying to run. Alright, we're going to beat him down with the mace. Gonna hit him. Yes, I'm like one of the oldest med students at my school. Late bloomer, I guess. Med school is very difficult for me. Just, you know, the amount of things they make you do that puts you in a very uncomfortable position. What was the most difficult thing in medical school for me was during first year we would do things called OSCEs. I don't even know what that stands for. But we would do these things. It was a kind of a small room, and I would be in a group with other med students, and we'd all gather around a table, and then we would do like a little discussion group, and then we took turns, and then we had to like a paid patient or an actor. And the actor we'd go outside in the hallway. The actor would come inside the room with all the people, 2 faculty members who are physicians and like 3 med students who were like your peers. And then they would sit in the chair and wait for you. And you'd have a clipboard and you'd read their history, read their vitals. And then you knock on the door. And they would be like, come in. So you'd go in and you'd interview the patient in front of an audience. There'd be 3 or 4 med students, 2 teachers, and of course the paid actor. And it was so nerve-wracking doing it in front of people. And their whole job was to critique you. And I hate having an audience when you do things. It makes it so much worse. And that was the most uncomfortable thing I had to do in med school. We did it like every 6 weeks or every 4 weeks we had to go and do it again. And they would record you. Everybody would tell you what you did wrong. You used words that were too big for the patient to understand or whatever. You know, it was good critique. But the worst part is you had to watch your performance. And it's very difficult to watch yourself do things. It's embarrassing. I'd be like beet red watching myself. It's like, oh my gosh, that's what I look like. That's what I sound like. You know, that's what my hair looks like from the back. It's like every little thing. I was just like, well, let me med up here and I have to go to the bathroom, so I'll be back. Man, I'm not making very much progress, but we're at 2 bars. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I think it's a good time to rebuff myself. The worst is when your buffs run out in the middle of a route. Everything's okay as long as it's not Spirit of Wolf that runs out. Okay, I'm going to look for some more things to pull. Chasm Crawlers are just too easy. I told him Chasm Crawlers would be good, but probably level 17. I remember those guys chasing me. So all the Gorge Hounds are like on the other side of that camp. And I bet these idiots would attack me, even though they're like so weak compared to me. I just don't want to bother with those guys. So there's 2 people that I knew personally growing up that played EverQuest. Man, that Warhound's green. And one is, you know, kind of someone I would predict to play this kind of game. It just fits them. And the other person who played it, well, hell, let's just get the Griffin. says it looks kind of dangerous. Do I have enough mana for it? Give me 1 second. I decided just to get the Gorge Hound. Oh damn, they're everywhere. Hope I don't pull 2 of them. Otherwise I'm running for the Gorge. Yeah, we're good. Ah, man, I moved. Shoot. I think it'd be good just to cast it right on his face. Damn. Alright, we got it off. Melee him just a tad. Go ahead and start the route. There we go, we got him. So the 2 people that played EverQuest, one of them was my uncle's wife. And even long before EverQuest on the internet, she was like a gamer nerd type. You know, she had a Tandy and she played that game Rogue. Showed me Rogue and it was like so amazing, but she was into computers and stuff like that, and so it's no surprise that she was an early adopter of like technology and internet and gaming like that. And she was like, I didn't know it at the time. Later, I realized she suffered from like extreme social anxiety, homebody, played games a lot, probably addicted to EverQuest. And the only other thing that, you know, it's not related, but she was an alcoholic. She would just drink, stay home, play video games. Oops, damn. I don't know how far she got, but I got the idea that she played the game, and I figured it was this one. I heard stories from my uncle that she just plays this computer game for hours. And it was about the same time as EverQuest. I just knew it was EverQuest. Cool, he's running. Now, Tainted Breath, I'm going to recast. The other person that played EverQuest was a little older than me. He was just 1 grade ahead of me, but he was probably like 2.5 years older than me or something like that. You would never guess he would be into those games. He was always into the sports games like John Madden football. He had the Sega CD system, and he was into like the sports games. He didn't play RPG games. He didn't understand like people who enjoyed games with lots of dialogue into it. You know, like the classic Japanese role-playing games from like the Super Nintendo era, which I played. He didn't like that stuff. He was a jock. He just was not into like RPG stuff. Didn't understand it really. So after I moved, you know, I stayed in touch a little bit. I found out he got big into EverQuest. So I don't know how I found out what server he was on. And so I logged into EverQuest. I ran down to, I started a high elf character. And my brother went over there and hanged out with them when they were playing. So he told me his character name and what race and class he played. So I logged in. I don't know how I found out the right server, but I made a character high elf, and there he was just sitting there. And it was so weird seeing my friend online in a video game. This was like, I don't know, it's just so weird. I was like, and I yelled out his nickname. We used to call him in football. And we didn't have much to say to each other. It was just a weird experience seeing my friend playing EverQuest, and he was addicted too. He was completely addicted to EverQuest. Like at the time, he was going through a lot of problems, I think, too. This is after high school. Because his dad died when we were in high school. It was a weird experience too. I went to his dad's funeral, and his mom became a lesbian. his mom became a lesbian, started dating a woman, and he just never got over a lot of things and just became addicted to EverQuest. And I just thought it was so weird that he played EverQuest. It just didn't fit his personality at all. He's the kind of guy who, like, when we were in high school, would make fun of people for playing these kind of games, I think. Or just because he didn't understand them. So I wonder if he still plays today. It'd be interesting to find out. I'm gonna go for it. There we go. I'm kind of worried about fighting a Griffon without like a lot of experience. All right, did that hold? Yeah, it held. All right, let's see. I should probably cast heal. Do cast. One more time and I'm gonna sit in med. So my brother plays EverQuest too. He doesn't play it anymore, but he's one of the people who makes a character and he doesn't make alts. He made a druid and he got up to like level 55. I can still log on as druid. I stole a bunch of gear from his druid. But I'm the kind of player who makes a lot of alts. He didn't make alts and he stuck to a druid and leveled him high up. He did not really power level me, but I would like nag him to get on his character and buff my monk up when I was in a rough patch of leveling. Come on, man. Get off. There we go. See, this would be the worst time for Spirit of Wolf to run out. So I'm going to do a little kiting now. Ah, man. Took damage. So I'm going to get him down just a little bit. I'll run far enough to try to cast Inner Fire. Let's see if I can do it now. Oh, he's running. Perfect. I was a little worried on that fight. Getting too close for comfort. So this recording has been 37 minutes long. That's just one of these uncut, just me rambling about junk. It kind of gives you a good perspective of how long it takes to level. I had so much fun when I was on my monk and my brother would cast the Thorns on me and Chloroplast. And he cast Spirit of Wolf, Thorns, and Chloroplast on me. And I would just go wrecking everything. I'd just be fighting like the bouncers and we go to like Karanas castle, fighting Yetis, fighting those hill giants, fighting the big griffins. I used to be able to fight them all. One thing I've never done on EverQuest is gone to the new continents. I've been to a few of them, like Kunark ones mainly, Dreadlands and things like that. But I haven't like done Velius and the new dungeons and things. There's so many I've never raided either. Well, this was mainly me yakking late night, can't sleep, drinking a Dr. Pepper stream. So 2 bars in, level 19. Next time I play, I'm going to go complete grind mode and you're not going to hear me yak about stuff. I'm going to try to get to level 20. And I would love to get some better armor too. So maybe when I get some of this stuff sold, I'll go look at getting some upgrades. Something to give me like mass amount of wisdom. Or check that weapon out. 729, that's good enough. We'll be okay. I would like a Wraithbone, maybe a Wraithbone hammer. It does like 8 damage. That would be a good upgrade. Or like the Harpoon of the Depths or whatever that's called. That'd be a good one. So thanks for watching this long, rambling, late night shaman session. And I'll try to make another video soon. I just didn't know what to play. So, and I couldn't figure out where to go. So I hope this wasn't like more of the same boring gunk, you know. Anyways, rambling still. Talk to you later. Bye.